Okay, this is Stuart, and in this video we're going to be covering purchasing your domain names. Now, if you're new to internet marketing, you may not have purchased a domain name in the past, but let me tell you, it's very, very simple to do so. So what we're talking about here is if I just go to my personal website, what you'll see here, the domain name here is stuart-ross.com. Now, in order to secure a domain name for your websites, naturally you have to purchase them, and what we actually do is we recommend that you use GoDaddy. Now, to get the most out of this system, we're actually going to be recommending that you purchase 2 domains. Fortunately, they don't break the bank, but they're a very important part of your business. Typically what you would do is purchase them for a year, and then you can renew them on a yearly basis. Now, there are literally thousands and thousands of places that you can purchase domain names, but we will be recommending GoDaddy because that's who I purchase many of my domains through. It's globally recognized as one of the leading domain name providers. So it is my advice, if you're not fussed who you purchase your domains with, to go with GoDaddy, but you can actually purchase them anywhere. So as soon as you go through to the GoDaddy website, godaddy.com, you'll see here that you can actually start to search for domain names and then obviously go through to make that purchase. Now, a couple of things that I do want to say is that, first of all, .com is typically your best bet in most instances. Now, there are times that you may buy .co.uk or .com.au or .eu, depending on the type of business and the marketing that you're carrying out. But for global businesses, which very much is what we're talking about with your internet marketing, it is really highly recommended that you would go with a .com domain. Now, when I first started looking for my personal website domain, stuartross.com was actually a dentist. I believe it still is, and it wasn't available, which is why I purchased stuart-ross.com or stuart-ross.com, and that's really what I'm going to recommend with you. Now, if I just go back again to my personal site, the first site that we're really going to be focusing on getting set up with you is what we call your authority site, as I said in the previous video. Now, there are different ways that you can run authority sites. It doesn't have to be through a personal brand. However, what I will say to you is, having coached many people in this industry, the people that I've seen get the best results the quickest have been those that really look at branding themselves and really showing that there is a person behind the website. So that is what I'm going to be recommending for you to do. But another example might be, if you wanted to create an authority site in the internet marketing niche, as an example, you could have, for example, internet marketing tips.com. So your authority site doesn't have to be your name. So that's something that you may want to think about. But if you are happy to really get yourself branded and really start to leverage a lot of what you're going to be learning, attraction marketing, then it would be my advice that you go for your own personal website. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to decide on the domain name. So if your name was Joe Blogs, for example, the first thing you would do is come and type in the domain, and I'm pretty confident this won't be available, but we'll do a search, and you'll see here that it's not available. However, they're saying it may be available through auction, so I could view that, and they're also recommending some others, for example, averagejoeblogs.com, unclejoeblogs.com. Now, I don't want any of those, so what I would often do is go back and then maybe try joe-blogs.com and hit go, and then I would see if that one's available, and you'll see here this one also is actually already taken. Then maybe I would look at using my middle name or my middle initial. So it could be Joe, let's say Joe Jr., Joe J, blogs.com. You may use your full middle name, and you'll see now that this one is available, joejblogs.com. Okay, so I've got many students who use their middle names. We have examples of couples who are running online businesses. The famous Chris and Susan Beasley, for example. I'll just show you their site. So they actually have their domain is chrisandsusanbeasley.com, and you'll see this goes through to their authority site. So what you'll notice is that you have various options to add various things to cart. Now, the thing that you will find with most domain services, they do try and sell you multiple products. Right now, at this point, you do not need to take multiple products whatsoever. So my advice is that you add to cart the domain that you find for your purchase, and that's going to add that to cart. And what we're actually going to do as well is I'm going to recommend that whilst we're doing this is that we search for another domain to add to cart as well. So what I'm going to do here is we're now looking for a domain for a squeeze page. Okay, so we're going to be showing you some examples of squeeze pages throughout the training. Let me just quickly show you one now. Okay, so here you'll see one of our squeeze pages, or landing page, or lead capture page. There's lots of names for them, they're all the same thing. And the idea behind these types of sites is to really offer people an incentive to enter their name and email address so you can follow up with them, provide them with value such as videos and free reports or more information, and build a relationship with people over time. And as you go on to make offers to these people through your email marketing, you're obviously going to make sales, and that's going to mean that you're going to make money. Well, we're going to provide you with ready to go landing pages just like this one in order for you to get started. But let me make it clear that, regardless of what market you're in, it is my advice that squeeze pages or landing pages are such a vital part of your marketing system. That is why we have them, and that is why we use them. They suggest it takes on average at least 7 times for people to see what you're offering before they take action, and far too many people just drive traffic or try to drive traffic to sales pages and make offers and really make no progress. And the reason being is because they're not building a list, they're not building a relationship with those subscribers, and therefore unable to follow up. So you're never going to hit that magic number 7 before people are going to take action. So I'm sure you get the idea of where we're going. So if I go back to GoDaddy, now what we need to do is look for a domain name that is related to the market that we're appealing to. So we appeal to internet marketers, network marketers, home business entrepreneurs, anything from stay-at-home mums to stay-at-home dads, and people that really want to become an internet entrepreneur. So for example, we might look for something like home business success.com. Now again, I'm pretty confident this is going to be not available. It's just too generic, and unfortunately lots of domains like this will have gone. You don't again have to go .com. If you don't go .com, I would suggest that you go with .net, possibly .co, but it is my advice that you keep looking for .com. So what I might do is, for example, work with stuartross.com, just as an example. Okay, so you'll see that one is available, so that might be an option. I'm going to go back though and look for a few other things. So you might put something like the 6-figure online system.com. Again, you'll see now this is available, so I'm sure you get the idea, and I'm sure you've come across many landing pages or squeeze pages in your time. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to say that one's fine, I'm going to add that one to cart. You'll see on the right hand side here we've got now joejblogs.com, and we've got the 6-figure online system.com. So what I would then do is continue to registration, and as you'll see they look to do many different upsells. I'm going to put no thank you. And now it's asking me to create my account or to log in. Okay, now I actually already have an account with GoDaddy. In fact, I have a few. So I'll just log in so you can see where we go from there. So if you need to create your account and fill in all the information. Then you get choice to basically register the domain for a period of time. You can go 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years. I often renew my domains now for 2 or 3 years, purely because I know that I'm going to continue to use them. But I'm going to go for 1 year here. Hit next. and again you'll see more options. Now my advice would either go with standard registration or privacy with business registration. Now, if you go with standard registration, it does mean that people would be able to look up your information and see who actually owns that domain name through Whois. It's called Whois. So if that bothers you, I would suggest that you select the privacy with business registration. All of my company details and information are registered at our offices. They're not registered at my home address, so I don't see it as a risk. So I will often just go with standard registration, but it's entirely up to you. So I'm going to hit next and activate your domain. So again, it's going to look to upsell you various things. We've got things like hosting, which you don't need, SSL certificate, which you don't need, adding email. Again, it's an option that you may want to take, but we're going to show you a way of using your domain name with something called Google Apps, and it's free, so you don't need to purchase that. If you're familiar with all this stuff, make your own choice, obviously. Hit next, and then all we're going to do is actually it's now asking if I want to renew any of the other domains that we've got. You probably won't get that if this is your first time purchasing. And then we're really just going to go through, fill in our credit card information and actually confirm everything that we've requested. Again, you'll see more upsells here. I'm going to go and continue to check out. So the total price for this is actually £15 and 42 pence. In the US that would probably be just over $20 for those two domains, and for a year for both. So I'm not actually going to obviously purchase these domains because I don't want to purchase them, and I just wanted to give you a demonstration. And what we'll do later on is actually show you how you're going to attach those domains to your website. But now we've got those purchased, we can actually come back later on down the line, further on the training, to actually utilize them effectively. So hopefully that's been fairly straightforward with you. If you do have any questions, then make sure you put a support ticket in, let us know, and we'll give you any ideas or any answers that you require, or log into our community and check with any members who are live at that time. Okay, and we'll see you very shortly in the next video.